Welcome, Paseo Pointe families, to the 2021 Kindergarten Roundup. I'm Mr. Roloff, the principal here at Paseo Pointe. In just a few minutes, you're going to meet our assistant principal, Dr. Rikarowitz, and our kindergarten teachers. You also get to go on a tour of our school with one of our instructional coaches, Ms. Gonzalez Sotelo. We're going to do a slideshow presentation, and then we're going to have questions and answers at the end of our session. But before then, I want to take a few minutes to tell you what's awesome about Paseo Pointe. First of all, at Paseo Pointe, we're committed to excellence here. We believe that we can provide a world-class education to your students right here in Laveen. Part of that is because we have the signature DLI program for the Laveen School District. DLI stands for Dual Language Immersion. What that means is that your children will be receiving instruction in both Spanish and English. So they don't just get a Spanish class. Some of their content areas, such as math, will be taught in Spanish. So they will be learning an academic Spanish in their class right along with an academic English. It's quite amazing because the brain research behind it is incredible, and kids do great when learning two languages at one time in an academic setting. In addition to that, we feel like we provide a multicultural, multilinguistic setting where we provide lots of experiences for the children to learn a lot about the world that they grow up in. It's very exciting, and if you get a chance to come on the campus here at Paseo Pointe, the enthusiasm is contagious between our students, to our staff, to our teachers. Everybody who comes on campus loves it here. Okay, with that being said, below in the description, there's going to be a link for the questions that you asked that we will answer live at the end of this video. So there will be that Q&A time. Also, there's a link down there for kindergarten registration. We will have testing for kindergartners on February 20th, and it is a first-come, first-served basis. Every year we do fill up our kindergarten, so I want to stress the importance of making sure you get registered as soon as possible and then get slotted in for testing so we can get your children in here to Paseo Pointe. We're excited about the program we have here. We'd love to have you guys join us, and we can't wait for the rest of the Kindergarten Roundup presentation tonight. We think we did a good job tonight. So with no further ado, I'm going to let you guys meet the kindergarten coach or the kindergarten teachers, our assistant principal, Dr. G, and let the program begin. Go Rams!
Welcome, future Rams. My name is Dr. Rikarowitz, and I'm the assistant principal here at Paseo Pointe Elementary School. I'm looking forward to showing you our dual language immersion program, as well as many of the other opportunities that we offer students and parents here at Paseo Pointe. Class of 2033, we can't wait for you to join our learning community. And remember, here at Paseo Pointe, we rise to success. We're responsible, we have integrity, we are safe and engaged. Please reach out if you have any additional questions, and we're looking forward to a successful school year. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Brace. I am a kindergarten teacher here at Paseo Pointe. I have been at Paseo Pointe for 5 years now. I was here when it actually opened. I have taught third grade and kindergarten. I have a degree in early childhood and early childhood special education, and I am currently working on my master's in educational leadership, focusing on principalship. I hope to see your child next year, and I'm excited for your child joining kindergarten, hopefully at Paseo Pointe. Have a great night.
Hi, I am Ms. Salgado. I teach the Spanish portion for the dual language program here at Paseo Pointe. This is my second year here. I have also taught first grade. I graduated from Northern Arizona University, and I look forward to meeting your new kinder students soon.
Hi, I'm Miss Major.
Hola, yo soy Miss Banderas.
I've been teaching at Paseo Pointe since Paseo Pointe opened. I will be teaching the English side of things. I have taught previously. I've taught kinder, first, second, and sixth grade, and I cannot wait to meet your kids next year.
And I have been teaching at Paseo for 5 years as well. Since they opened, I've been teaching kinder. I do teach the Spanish side. And before that, I taught first grade for 10 years. Yo soy Miss Banderas y yo he estado en Paseo Pointe por 5 años desde que abrieron. He trabajado en kinder aquí y antes de eso estaba en primer grado por 10 años. Y estoy muy emocionada de ver a todos los niños. Gracias.
Hello, my name is Senor Gastello. I currently teach kindergarten here at Paseo Pointe. I teach both English and Spanish in a self-contained classroom. I've taught grades 6th, 5th, 3rd, 1st, and now kindergarten. Hope to see you guys next year. Have a great day.
All right, parents. Well, we hope you enjoyed our introductory videos, and now we're going to move on to our slides presentation. We're very excited to move through this with you, and then at the end we'll answer the questions you have. All right, so Mission Kindergarten 2021. All right, well, first of all, let's start by talking about the Levine School District. Here in the Levine School District, we have 9 schools that serve grades pre-K through 8. Each school has a signature program, and we have open enrollment boundaries. So the boundaries are open to the parents who want to pursue the specialty program in each school. So here at Paseo Pointe, we'll start by talking about our school hours. We start at 7:30 and end at 2:30, and those are our regular hours. We do have an early release every few weeks at 11:30 on a Wednesday so that we can have staff professional development at that time. Our signature program, as we've mentioned before, is our dual language immersion program. The important piece on this is next year our dual language immersion program will be strictly on site. Those choosing next year to be virtual, the option for schooling will be at the Levine Online Academy. The Levine Online Academy will not offer the DLI program next year. So once again, the DLI classes will all be on site here at Paseo, and those choosing to go virtually will apply for the Levine Academy, and they will not have the DLI program over there. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the DLI. So next year we're going to have pre-K through 6th grade in DLI. That's our program of choice. And the goals for the program include bilingualism, biliteracy, bicultural awareness, as well as global citizenship. Students will attain high levels of proficiency in both English and Spanish while learning grade level and academic content. So if we look at this next chart, that is our Spanish proficiency targets. So we want to see where our children should be. Well, before we talked about the biliteracy seal, and really by the time they get to 8th grade, if they're at the intermediate high level, that they should be able to receive the seal of biliteracy. Their Spanish should be proficient enough to receive that. Obviously, these are aggressive goals that we're giving our students because we have high expectations. Students all perform at various levels. So even though that's our goal, we want to support all of our students to make it there. We also want to work with the high school to continue this beyond 8th grade so that they support our Spanish speakers. Okay, so you guys are wondering, what will my child's day look like? What exactly does this dual language program look like? Well, in English, they will be taught classes in kindergarten in ELA, English Language Arts, and we're going to front load a little bit on our curriculum. We're using the ReadyGen curriculum. They'll also have phonics instruction in English through Spalding. The math instruction in English will be My Math, and social studies will be integrated. In Spanish, they will be receiving instruction in Spanish Language Arts, and the curriculum there will be biliteracy pathways and estrellitas. In math, they'll be using Mis Matemáticas, and in science, they will be using Discovery Education. So our curriculum district-wide, there's been new adoption in core areas. All have digital platforms. and this includes specials and electives. So our curriculum programs are aligned to the state standards. As a lot of people know, they're nationally adopted curriculum, but our curriculum department and our coaches here have taken time to make sure that our curriculum is aligned to the state standards through pacing guides and lesson planning. Our math, our English, our Spanish, and our science will include a digital platform in kindergarten. So even though we will not be online, we will be in person next year with our dual language program here at Paseo Pointe. We do have a digital platform that should support our students both in class and at home. We'll talk a little bit about technology later as well. So your programs, they include differentiation to meet students' learning needs. What that means is there will be lots of different levels within the curriculum so that we can teach your students in the level they're at, so that we can set those high expectations and move them up to the level that we hope that they get to by the end of the year. Special area classes are offered to all students in grades K through 8. Our special area classes include art, PE, music, and band, so your children will have plenty of opportunities to participate in some of the fine art programs. All right, so this talks a little bit more about our curriculum, a little bit more in depth. So ready, Jen, you can read this. It's an integrated literacy program to support reading, writing, and language with authentic texts. Biliteracy Pathways is our Spanish language arts curriculum. And it's paired with the Ready Gen text. So really the English and the Spanish components go hand in hand. Spalding is our phonics program, and it really does a great job strengthening foundational skills. Estrellitas is similar, but it is in Spanish, so it is our phonics for our emergent Spanish readers. In math, we use My Math, and it's a great program. I've worked with it before. That interweaves rigor, conceptual understanding, procedural skills, real-world application to solve math problems. Mis Matemáticas is a Spanish component of our math curriculum. In science, once again, we have Discovery Education, and this is all on a digital platform. And really what they get into is as they explore the 5 E's of engagement, exploration, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. In social studies, so history and social science standards for kindergarten are embedded in the ELA. So you get a lot of those nonfiction texts that go along in your social studies component. All right, so coming back to curriculum, like we talked about, many of our pieces of our curriculum have the digital component. In Levine, we have a 1-to-1 student-to-device ratio. So what that means is all kindergarten students have a touchscreen Chromebook for use in the classroom. And it's not just all kindergarten students, it's been all students throughout the district. If you don't currently have students at Paseo Pointe or in the Levine School District, you would know that this has been very beneficial this year as we have had to do some online instruction with the pandemic. But continuing on in the future, we're committed to the 1-to-1 student-to-device ratio, so the kids have their technology at their hands so that they can perform to their highest level. Also, classes are equipped with smart boards, so they're very interactive with the technology. All right, English Learner Program. So it's amazing because our dual language program actually suffices one of the ways that we can teach ELD in the state of Arizona, but there are English language proficiency standards for students who may not be primary English speakers. We support students in developing speaking, listening, reading, writing, and grammar skills. And our SEI classrooms are our structured English immersion classrooms. And once again, our dual language program fits all the criteria for the state of Arizona. And there are options for individual language learner plans so that we make sure that all of our students are both English and Spanish proficient here at Paseo Pointe. Special education. We do offer special education here at Paseo Pointe. That's when students are identified by a team having a disability.
and service will be provided according to their IEP. So that covers a whole range of disabilities that might affect students in class, and if your student falls into this category, please reach out because we would be happy to talk to you about the services that we provide. Gifted education. We also service students in gifted education. And these are students who do very well on what's called the COGAT, the Cognitive Abilities Test. And once again, we differentiate instruction, acceleration, advanced placement for these students. Like we try to individualize instruction for all of our students and meet them where we're at. We also want to make sure we enrich our gifted students just as well as we enrich all the rest of our students. So even our top level students, we're going to continue to challenge them so that they are not bored in class. Dress code. Here at Paseo Pointe and throughout the Levine District, we are a uniform school and we are a uniform district. So the tops are solid white, navy, or light blue shirts with a collar. For pants, you can have solid navy blue, tan khaki pants, shorts, skirts, or jumpers. So those are the color patterns for our uniforms. And then shoes must be closed-toed shoes, and they must be functioning schools where students can move about the school environment without getting hurt or not being able to move. And I know sometimes our really fashionable shoes that they might not work very well in PE, so that we want the kids to have functional school shoes while they're in school. Child nutrition. Everybody's favorite time of the day is lunchtime. Well, we have free breakfast for all students. No matter how your students come in, we offer free breakfast for everyone. Our breakfast period is before the instructional day. So the one caveat to that is we need to make sure and be in here at time, and we serve breakfast in the classroom. And it's a great program that our district offers. We also have free or reduced lunch price for qualifying families. The reduced price, as you can see in parentheses, is 40 cents for lunch, and obviously free is free. We ask that everybody fills out a free and reduced application, though, whether you think you qualify or not, because it does affect our federal funding when people, and it's more helpful the more people fill out their applications, even if you don't qualify. We also offer regular priced lunch for $2.50 each, and adults can purchase meals as well for $2.50 each. Summer meals are offered to all children for free as well, and our meals meet the federal nutrition guidelines. I know that our school cafeteria staff as well as the district food service staff works hard to make sure that our meals meet those nutritional guidelines. All right, some people need before and after school programs for their children because of work schedules or conflicts. So we do have a kids club here at Paseo Pointe, and it's district-wide as well. They offer supervised and planned activities for students. They're licensed by DHS, and they start as early as 6:30 in the morning before school, and then they go as late as 6 p.m. It is a fee-based program, but since we work with DHS, you might qualify for that as well. So if you have any questions about that, as with anything else, please inquire about that. Okay, during break, we also have camps, and this is also ran by Kids Club. We offer these camps during fall, winter, spring, and summer breaks. In these camps, they could include field trips. This is a fee-based service as well. And we've had them historically, it says held at a single location. We've had them historically at Paseo Pointe, but we will get out the information for where those camps will be held in the future in case they aren't here at Paseo Pointe. Bus transportation. If you're wondering if your students can take a bus, since we are a school of choice, we do have a busing area, but then also if you are interested in attending our school and you're outside the busing area, that parents are responsible for transportation. The busing zone is between Southern and Baseline, 51st and 59th Avenue. So if you live in that square mile, you qualify for free busing as well to Paseo Pointe because that is our busing boundary. Student IDs, student identifications. Students are required to have their IDs at all times. They're used in the cafeteria line. They're used anytime the students get on the bus and get off the bus. And this is very important. And even if you think my student is not a bus rider, it's very important to have on field trips so we can account for all students. It's also used as their library card so they can check in and check out. I know with kindergartners, there might be some concern with students losing their IDs. And so what we'll do is we'll try to support you with maintaining those IDs, and we'll be creative in that with our kindergarten teachers so that we can minimize student ID loss. Preschool programs. Here at Paseo Pointe, we also have a pre-kinder program. Some of you guys have been able to take advantage of that. It is a general education program. Also in the Levine District, there is a developmental program. What's unique about our Paseo Pointe preschool program is it is dual language immersion as well. So it's awesome. You get to go through pre-K and you get to hear the students learning all their pre-K standards, colors, numbers, letters in Spanish as well as English. It's quite a fun crowd, and we have a great kindergarten team here at Paseo Pointe. And preschool team as well. I'm sorry, we're on preschool slide. My mind shifting between preschool and kindergarten. I apologize for that, but both teams are incredible. Clubs and activities. This year we've been in a pandemic, so we haven't been able to hold our intramural athletics. We have had some virtual tutoring, and we have had some virtual school clubs, although it's been very limited with everything going on. Next year we hope to offer a full variety of intramural athletics, school clubs, and tutoring. Some of that depends on the grade level and the eligibility, but between kindergarten and 8th grade, we hope that if you make the commitment, you get to stay through 8th grade and participate in the variety of programs we offer here. We like well-rounded students who are able to participate in more than just academics. We feel like it helps our students' education as well. All right. So as far as student support, what are some other support areas where we help our students? Each school has a health associate. On top of our health associate, they have 2 registered nurses throughout the district. So I know this year, our health associate actually last month was named District Employee of the Month. So our children here are very well taken care of between our school health associate and the district RNs. We also offer counselors and psychologists. We know that the students sometimes have feelings that they don't know how to explain at that age, and the counselors and psychologists, we have top-notch people here at Paseo Pointe that have done a great job working with our kids and making sure that they get to get back and focused on learning as quickly as possible, and they're able to work out things that might be going on, especially in a year like this. All right. Student achievement. So how will my students be graded? We do have a standards-based grading system. So we want to grade the students on their mastery of their standards, not just their completion of tasks. Okay? This is used to increase both proficiency and encourage growth. And it's also in line with our state accountability system. So we want our kids to do awesome things while they're here at Paseo Pointe and make excellent growth and maximize their time at school. Parent involvement. We love our parents. Here at Paseo Pointe, we have a PTA that we hope many parents decide to join and can be an active part of our community. We believe in strong school-parent partnerships, so we would love for you guys to consider joining the PTA. Also, hopefully we can get back after the pandemic to classroom volunteering, holding some special events. I know we have a book fair coming up, so even if you don't have students who are at Paseo Pointe yet, you might want to check out our book fair. We also offer hearing and vision screening so we can make sure that our children are prepared to learn. And we also have picture day. We love seeing our little kindergartners all dressed up looking beautiful and handsome for picture day. They always have those wonderful smiles, and so picture day is always a fun day in kindergarten. School safety. We offer very secure facilities here at Paseo Pointe. I know we take great pride, and our student safety is our #1 concern, because if students aren't safe and don't feel safe, then they aren't able to learn, if they can't focus on learning, if they feel not safe. So we feel like our facilities and the people here offer top-notch security for our students. We also have an SRO. It's Officer Price. He does a great job with the kiddos. So he interacts with the kids. He hasn't met a kid he doesn't love, and he does a great job helping our kiddos out. We also have routine fire and lockdown drills so we can prepare for the case of a real emergency. And then visiting campus. Right now, we have very limited visitors as we're trying to keep the safety in mind, but then as things start to open up with the restrictions, we're still going to be careful about student safety and keeping our campus secure. Communications. How do we communicate with our parents here at Paseo Pointe? What can you expect? Well, we have our school messenger, which is also called our auto dialer, where you get automated phone messages now and again. We also have a program called Peach Jar, which sends out flyers to parents and keeps you communicated via email. The teachers as well send frequent emails to communicate with parents so that the parents can stay on top of things. The teachers have websites that you can access and keep on top of things that way. That's all embedded with the school website. And we do have social media, including the school Facebook page. On top of that, I know we have a parent portal through our Synergy, and so I know that you can get instant access to your students' grades and log in and be very informed on how your students are doing. Moving on to climate and culture, I want to talk about PBIS. What PBIS is it's a research-based behavioral system that encourages positive behavior. It also offers positive behavior interventions and supports. Okay? The research behind this is that students enjoy being at school and they perform better and they feel much safer on PBIS schools. Paseo Pointe, our PBIS motto is RISE. So what that stands for is responsible, integrity, safe, and engaged. Those are the characteristics we try to encourage with our students, and our students and our staff has done a great job integrating this into our community. And so we feel like we have a safe school that encourages positive behavior, and we feel like your kids will enjoy that and be rewarded for their positive behavior. Cultural events, as we talked about before, our culture is a big part of Paseo Pointe and our dual language immersion here. Some of the cultural events that we celebrate are Dia de los Muertos. Oh man, those costumes on that day are just phenomenal. Latinx Heritage Month. We celebrate a whole month of heritage, and the activities that the teachers and the coaches put forward, it's just very enriching for our students. We also celebrated Native American Heritage Day. Posadas at the Pointe, that's a fun activity. And then right now we're actually underway in Black History Month, where we get to celebrate past and present leaders who have brought so much to our culture and community and influence our community as well as our students. We have so many positive, great role models out there that we want to celebrate all of our different cultures. Tax credits. A lot of people talk about, public schools being underfunded, and so we want to take a second and talk about tax credits. Tax credits they do not cost you anything more, but they're a way for you to allocate your tax dollars where they go to public schools instead of the government general fund. Well, how does this help us? We can use tax credit for fee-based extracurricular or character education programs. So you can designate your tax dollars via tax credit to come to Paseo Pointe to our extracurricular programs where we can put them to use to enhance your students' education. Anybody who pays taxes in the state of Arizona, I strongly suggest you consider it because it would be great for our school and likewise great for your student. Every tax credit that we get, we put to use, and it really enhances our students' education. I can't overemphasize the importance of tax credits on how much they help out the school and help us to fund extracurricular programs for the students so that kids get extra enrichment on their education. All right, so a lot of you are probably sitting here thinking right now, How can we prepare ourselves for kindergartens, our students for kindergarten? Well, some good steps would be practicing writing their name, reviewing the letter names and the sounds, counting up to 20, and practicing recognizing numbers up to 10. So verbally counting to 20, but also recognizing numbers in print up to 10. Practicing basic shapes and colors. And all of those skills can also be practiced in Spanish. So if you know how to count in Spanish and you know your letters in Spanish, that would be great for kids to get a head start on the kindergarten year. So, as we talked about before, registration link is in the description below. So you can get online and you can do an online registration, and it's open today. So you're going to want to make sure spaces are limited. If you get in and get it underway, you should be good to go today. I don't imagine that everybody will fill up today, but I know Paseo Pointe is the one school that does have a cap on our kindergarten because of our interest in our program. The second stage of that is after you are registered, we will be having kindergarten screeners on Saturday, February 20th from 8 a.m. to noon. Also, I just want to let everybody know that this presentation will stay on the YouTube channel that you're on right now. So if you need to come back and review any of this information, this presentation will stay on the YouTube channel, so you can come back at any point in time and access this. So if we're going through the information too quickly, I apologize, and hopefully it'll be right at your fingertips. All right, so now we have a time for questions and answers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a Google Meet where all of our kindergarten teachers, as well as our assistant principal, Dr. Karowitz, are going to be involved. And so we're going to take questions and we're going to answer them to the best of our ability. If they are individual questions, we might answer those later individually with a parent if it's very specific to you, so that we can maximize the time we have here. So with no further ado, I will open up to our kindergarten team. All right, parents, I forgot. I got a little excited about the slides and about the questions and answers that we completely forgot the tour. And this is a wonderful part of our presentation. So stay tuned and we will get to your questions. Thank you.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Paseo Pointe. Bienvenidos a todos. Let's take a school tour. Every morning, your child would be walking in through these front gates. If you would like to go with your child to their classroom, you would need to go through the front office. This is our front office. If you'd like to come in, just present your ID to our front office staff, get yourself a visitor's pass, and come in through these doors. Welcome to our kindergarten hallway. In this hallway, we have all of our kindergarten classrooms as well as our preschool classrooms. Welcome to one of our kindergarten classrooms. All of our classrooms have a sink, a water fountain, a bathroom, and direct access to the kinder playground. our kindergarten playground. All of our kindergartners are assigned to this play area. Our kindergarten classrooms also have direct access to this playground. This is our gym. All of our classes, kinder through 8th grade, hold PE classes in here. We also have our after-school games like basketball, volleyball, and all of our performances are also held on this stage. This is our beautiful cafeteria. Students come in through these doors, wash their hands, get their lunch, and sit here to eat. Thank you for joining us on this virtual school tour. Espero les haya gustado. See you later, Rams.
Okay, so our first question for this evening is, are there gifted classes as young as kindergarten?
Well, nationally, the earliest typically that's tested for gifted is 2nd grade going into 3rd grade. And so before that, the deviation is off a little bit. So being involved in gifted education for a while, 2nd grade going into 3rd grade is usually when we assess for gifted, so that we have a solid understanding of where our students are at, and that's when gifted education would begin.
Dr. G, did you want to add anything else to that?
Sure, we do offer some enrichment as well in our younger grades, and we do provide different opportunities for students to test as well as partake in our program as well. So just as Mr. Roloff said, we do offer some enrichment as well throughout all of our grade levels here at Paseo.
All right, thank you. Our next question today is, if my child is already at the Paseo Point preschool, are they automatically enrolled in kindergarten? Are they reserved a spot?
Well, the Paseo Point preschoolers do get priority when registering for kindergarten, but as part of the assessment, they do get priority, as well as families that already have other students here at Paseo Point. But once again, it is a first come first serve, where we need to make sure and get our registrations in, as well as get in for the assessment. So like I said, it's priority, but it's not a guarantee. So I would just recommend you get in your registration packet and get prepared for the assessment as soon as possible.
Okay, so our next question is, my child will be 5 on December 4th. Will there still be testing held in May or at any time to confirm if she is eligible to start this year?
So December 4th is right under the barrier for when we can test for early kindergarten entry. So what I would recommend, there will be testing. So what I would recommend is that you fill out your packet, your registration packet, and submit it, and make sure you let the ladies in the front office know that it's early kindergarten, that your child will need early kindergarten testing. And so we can get you registered for early kindergarten testing, and we get you that information as well. So if there's anybody here who's interested in early kindergarten admittance, it's a similar process, but then there's also an additional assessment for early kindergarten entry.
All right, thank you. The next one. If the school is moved again online, is there still any type of in-person service that parents can pay for their child to actually go on campus, kind of like Kids Club?
That's a great question, because the plan is for next year, hopefully by the time the vaccines and everything comes out and everybody feels comfortable, that we will be through this pandemic. And the direction we've been given is that if people are online, they will be at the school number 10, which is our digital academy, and the dual language will be here. In the case of another pandemic, we've not received direction on that, so I don't want to make any guesses about what we would do in case of another pandemic. And I think it really depends on the numbers and all the variables, and our district has been committed to looking at the data and using the data to make decisions based on that. So I think that would be a to be determined situation based on what the situation of our current pandemic is as we get into next school year, as well as if any future issues arise where we would have to consider going back to digitally. But the district has committed that the students that will be here in DLI will be on campus here at Paseo Pointe. So barring anything unforeseen, we're hoping to have our students back here in the fall. And if God forbid another tragedy arises, that we deal with that as it comes based on the science and data that are available at that time.
Okay, our next question. If my child has an IEP, will there be additional help if they need to go online again because of COVID?
Absolutely. And I know, I'll send this question over to Miss Brace, because I know she works with some students currently, and so maybe she can discuss how we work with students who are on IEPs right now.
So our students who are on IEPs right now are receiving minutes with our resource teachers. While they are online, they have a schedule that they are receiving from that teacher. But within the classroom, we also definitely differentiate and meet the needs based on the accommodations within their IEP for our students with that IEP, but also all students within the classroom.
All right, so we do have a few questions regarding enrollment. So I'm just gonna take it a little bit at a time here. So the first question is, if I already have a student in kindergarten, but I'm enrolling a new kindergartner, but I'm out of the district boundaries, do I fill in current family or new family on the enrollment?
Well, you would qualify as a current family, and like we said, we would try to give priority for the families that of the children who are currently in our pre-K program here, our dual language pre-K program, as well as our families that have siblings that are already here at Paseo Pointe as well. So yes, please fill in current family, and if you are open enrollment, please make sure and fill out the open enrollment form for the new student, that your open enrollment student that is already here, their open enrollment form should be valid for next year, but then also make sure you fill out the open enrollment paperwork as well.
Okay, so that's kind of related to our next question, which is about if they live outside of our district boundaries. What do they need to do differently? What does that mean? And then the other one is, where do I pick up a registration packet?
Okay, well, great questions. And if you live outside the boundary, whether you are a new family to Paseo Point or a returning family to Paseo Point, and you are enrolling for kindergarten and you live outside the boundary, you want to make sure and fill out the open enrollment paperwork. The registration paperwork are in the link below in the description, or you can come in and pick up a paper copy from our front office. If you need the open enrollment form as well, we would be happy to provide that with you. I'm not sure if it's attached. I believe it's on the website, but if you can't find it on the website, we can provide you with a copy in the front office as well.
And the last question that we have regarding enrollment is, how do we sign up for the screening, for the testing on February 20th?
Ms. Gonzalez Sotelo, would you like to respond to that one?
Absolutely. So after you sign up your child for kindergarten, after you register, you will receive a phone call from our front office letting you know of the spots that we have available. And then you'll sign up for a time, and then we will see you here on campus to do that screening.
And we actually had one more question come in that's semi-related to the screener. Do the pre-K students have to take the kinder screening assessment, the ones that are already enrolled at our school?
You can keep on going, Miss Neal, and just answer that.
Yes, the students who attend our preschool will still take the kinder screening assessment. We do assess all preschool or all kinder students coming into Paseo Point.
All right, the next question is regarding kinder classes. About how many students in each kinder classroom?
Well, we are going to cap our enrollment at 125, which would put a cap of 25 students per class.
Okay. If a kinder student starts at Estrella Foothills for COVID safety concerns, can they transfer later on in the year, or would they have to wait until first grade?
Well, that's very difficult because we're going to accept the first 125 students that we get through the process. And so if a student starts at Estrella Foothills, the two concerns I see with that is they would have to wait for an opening, make sure we had an opening in kindergarten, number one. And then number two, the other concern I have is that they would be missing out on the dual language instruction. So if they decided to transfer to Paseo Point at a later time, they would be missing out on the dual language instruction. So if they're native English speakers, we know that the children learn a lot in their first year in kindergarten, and it happens very quickly. So a concern of mine would be that the child would be falling behind in the target language of Spanish. So there are a few variables that go into making a decision like that. And if we don't have the spot available, and if the child falls behind in Spanish, those are two possible concerns about going with that plan of starting in Estrella Foothills and then transferring over, trying to transfer over to Paseo Point at a later date. But I guess, I'm sorry to finish the question, but could it be possible? Yes, it could be possible. There is a possibility. I would just be concerned as a parent and as a principal that that there would be a couple factors that would be very hard to overcome. Just to be completely honest.
All right, our next question is very pertinent for the times. What type of precautions are being taken to protect the students from COVID-19?
That's a great question. We have all sorts of mitigating factors that we're trying to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. We are practicing physical distancing in our classroom. We have our students wear masks. We do give them mask breaks throughout the day. We really encourage our students to wash their hands every time that, frequently throughout the day. So every time, if they go to the restroom, to use their hands. Before they go to lunch, to use their hands. We try to get them to, we encourage them to use proper hygiene. With that said, it is a very difficult thing with a classroom full of kinders to make sure, because kindergarten students love the social interaction, but we encourage it as well as possible. And one of the things that I'll tell you is some of our kindergartners are very diligent with that. So if these are concerns that you have, I would just encourage you to start working with your children now on making sure that they're able to wear a mask and that they know how important it is to wear a mask. And that if you start working with your child now, that hopefully they can have the procedure built in by the time they come to kindergarten, so it makes it easier on our teachers to work with all the children if a lot of the children come in prepared for that.
All right, well, that is all of the official questions that we got tonight, but I don't know. Oh, we just got one more, so before we answer it, Dr. G, did you want to speak a little bit more on the mitigation strategies that we're taking?
I don't have too much to add other than we are taking every precaution possible to keep our students safe, and our mitigation strategies have been really successful this school year, and we're really looking forward to welcoming our students who chose face-to-face instruction, in-person instruction, March 1st. And if there are any particular concerns, I know that Mr. Roloff and I would be more than happy to discuss those specifics, but we're really just gearing up for a great end of the school year and a great start to the following year.
All right, and that last question is very specific, so we will get back to that parent one-on-one, but I don't know if you wanted to conclude with anything else.
Perfect. And I didn't know if any of the kindergarten teachers, I know they've been on this meet right now, and do you guys have any words you'd like to say to our parents that joined us tonight before we wrap it up?
Sorry, we had one more just come in, so we just wanted to get it out of the way just because we do, maybe this is a common question, and we did talk about it in the presentation, but maybe some of our kinder teachers can answer this. The question is, what's on the kinder screening and how long is it? So what could they start preparing for?
So the screener will consist of letters and some of the sounds. So I would definitely start working on the letters as well as some of the sounds that they make, and counting, starting with 0 through 10. There will be a few other things on that screener, but that's definitely where I would start.
Okay, we do not have any other questions at the moment. Mr. Roloff or Dr. G, would you like to conclude our Kinder Roundup?
Absolutely. Well, we just want to thank you, parents, for your interest. We know your kids are your most valuable possession, and we want to let you know how important they are to us here at Paseo Pointe. That all of us here at Paseo Pointe, we have a passion for teaching, for educating children. We have a great team. We think we have a great program here. We think we have a lot to offer your family, and we look forward to your partnership. And once again, we just really thank you guys for joining us tonight. And I want to take an extra second to thank our kindergarten teachers, because they really are exceptional people. All of us parents know it's difficult dealing with one 5-year-old in the house, nonetheless 25 in your room, and they do a phenomenal job working with our students every day. So I hope you're as excited to bring your children here as we are to teach your children. So I hope everybody has a nice night, and thanks once again for joining us, and go Rams!